Loser bracket final now. We have Cake. So it's just gonna Cake up against MYS. Left side, Glacier and Dodrio, Shifu, a Slowbro and a Blissey. Going up against Team MYS, just going for something similar. Going for the Clefable, Wigglytuff, Blastoise, Shenlue and Mew that they just lost against. They're just kind of picking up the team comp they lost against. Finally, some defender frontlaners went of the Mr. Mime. So maybe they're like, okay guys, it didn't work, let's try something else. They just copy exactly what Vexregum did. And we have no Shifu, of course, on the left side. Making it through with Zorok and Lapras being banned. Can MYS make it back to the grand final, or is Cake going to take it? I want some Cake now. Blastoise running towards top path with the Clefable. Again, Yimu now. We saw Surf Hydro Pump from Vexregum twice in a row. Let's see what Yimu is going to go for if he also goes for the Surf Hydro Pump. Just trying to stop the stacking right here, but 6 points going and 2 points also going. Urshifu looking for the last hit right here. Maybe trying to go for it, but can't quite do it. And I still have sub and things on. I don't know why. It's so annoying. I don't know why, man. Why can't I disable that? 4 points go in for Clefairy. 8 to 4 points, of course. Nothing too crucial yet. Let's see what Yimu's gonna go for. And we also have the Glacier now with Ice Spear on bot path. And another Assault Vest, but I guess this time Assault Vest makes a lot of sense. They have Blastoise, Chandelure. That means they have a full special attack team on MYS, right? A full-on special attack team, so now going for some Assault Vest on a defender Pokemon is totally reasonable. Totally reasonable. I'm really not sure if it makes that big of a difference, but, you know, it's 5 special attack Pokemon. Of course, there's also Spoon and Chandelure already pierces special attack and stuff, so I mean special defense. I'm not sure how effective it's actually going to be, but you know, why not? Dodrio going in, looking for some more stacks right here. 5 points going, 25 points also going for the Dodrio. And Blissey also going to score. He's going to run over the Squirtle. No defense there. Was also his support just left. Or an invade. No, to clear their own jungle. Or he's just helping their own jungle to make sure they don't get invaded. But this way they lost so many points there on top path. Why? Clefairy just jungling with the Chandelure together right now. I guess Amy wants a lot of experience as well with XP share from the jungle camps. You do get a lot of experience, but leaving Yimu this alone on top path up against Urshifu, I'm not sure it's going to pay off. Stuck on level 4 right now on the Squirtle. Froggy against Slowbro on bot path. It's going to take that last hit. 10 more points going for Urshifu. And yeah, what's he going to do right now? Wait, can he get this last hit? Oh, I'm not sure if he actually got it. No, 5 points went in. Onto the Urshifu, who's going to try to run away now, but now the entire team of MYS is there. And there's the finally the first evolution for the Squirtle, turning into Wartortle. 60 points going on bot path for Cake, who are just pulling very far ahead, but MYS also doing the same on top path after getting the KO. They're going to score all their points, and now sitting at 79. 140 already for Cake. In this early game, they're going to break the first goal of the game right here. This could be a Regieleki game for MYS. Instead of going for this bot Veggie. They're up against Wicked Blow or Shifu, so they can't quite contest it anyways. They might just go for a second gold push on top path and just sacrifice the bot objective, which I think is totally fine. Cake is now going to break this bot path goal for a bit of an easier time taking this objective, and that's exactly what's going to happen. MYS realizes they can't go for this fight up against Wicked Blow, so instead they just stay top path. There it is. It does just so much damage, even for level 10 Urshifu. They're gonna trade objectives. Well, this allows Cake to maybe go into the second goal a bit early as well. Let's see what MYS can do with this. Yang is almost level 9. But Glacier also and Dodrio also with Unite move up, so they want to walk into a trap right here. 25 points more going for Urshifu, so still a huge win for Cake in the end. Doesn't matter what. But there's the Glacier Unite going in with the Surf of Slowbro, trying to send them out. Mew also having to activate Unite move quite early on. Looking for the Dodrio right now, who's dropping low on HP, and he gets Solar Beamed. Doesn't even use Unite move, just completely gets taken down. Regieleki is already cleared now. It's at 1 HP. Surf goes in again, another Solar Beam flies through from Mew. And there's Foxy on their famous Mew. Okay, so the push does get defended. They get 1k on the Dodrio, who kind of just didn't really want to fight. I feel like he should have for sure used the Unite move, but he might have been stunned out of it, or, you know, imprisoned, or Q-charmed, or stuck in gravity. There's so many things on the side again of MYS. Now this time that is just annoying to play against. Level 10 though hit now. First Pokemon in this game to hit level 10 is going to be the Dodrio still. And Cake is still decently ahead, 177 to 98 points. For sure pulling ahead in this game. Running towards a bot path maybe now. Alright, I fixed the alerts. There's not going to be any more alerts happening during the casting. We figured out why it happened, and now we are not hearing any interrupting sounds. So, 177 to 98 for Cake against MYS. MYS are looking for the spot objective. Spawning in just 12 seconds from now. And Cake already in full positioning. They still have a group behind them, so a bit easier for them to fight going to this team fight. They have more space to work with, because they can always retreat back to their goal. And there's the Regirock has spawned, already dropping to half HP. They're just gonna both are all in it. Isaac and Spears are going to land. Dodio with a very deep unite, not gonna hit anything. Really tough with a very nice unite to make sure no one gets stunned. But Glaceon gets the objective. And Dodio still stuck in 5 members, gets Bliss Assistance now, but he's already gone. But Froggy's going to fall for sure. Wigglytuff goes down. Urshifu's also still chasing down. We still only have a Warthog, just gonna surf away. Urshifu goes very deep with the Unite move. Can he actually get someone right here? He's stuck in the prison. Is he gonna get taken down? Just barely. Solar Beam. And Urshifu's going to fall. Oh, but so many members were so low on HP. Blastoise now finally hitting level 9. It took a while, but he has made it to level 9. But oh boy, that was a team fight. Good fun for Cake. 1 more point going for Dodrio. Make sure that Glaceon gets even bigger overcap. And now Regieleki also being taken by the side of Cake. 220 to 102 points. In great control of this game right now. Up against the for sure favorite team of MYS. 40 points. Try to go in for Foxy. Does get interrupted. But there's the surf going in. Just zoning it for the members of the team. And Prison as well. Foxy really wanting to score these points. But Slowbro's having none of it. Keeps surfing in. Keeps interrupting the score of Mew. But now Dojo might be caught. The final overheat damage comes through. And Dojo, trying a bit too hard in this 2v4, gets taken down and punished for it. But at the same time, the Regieleki walks in, right? On top right. They still get 80 points back, but they lose their top path goal. So I'm not sure if that's really that worth it for MYS. They lose many more points than they gained, and also their base is open now. So for sure, a huge win for Cake. Glaceon hitting level 13. Any moment from this wrap-up right here. There we go, level 13. Highest level in the entire game for the Glaceon. And we have another Reggie spawning. And Cake's going in position. Team MYS might just try to fight for it. But we actually have Dodrio on top path, also still looking for level 13. For the agility plus. Very important to have, because it instantly fills up your sprint gauge. Which is very, very strong. And now we again have the Glaceon working this Regirock. Targeting the Clefable. And doing a lot of damage right now. Clefable already down. It turns into 4v5. Regirock big blows there. But Wigglytuff secures the objective. How? Through the wicked blow. Just was, I guess, a tiny bit too late. And Wigglytuff. Another Wigglytuff securing the Reggie for the last objective. That is absolutely criminal. that is so criminal that this happened. Cake now positioning, but so is MYS. A 133 point lead for Cake, which is a decent amount. It stops them from losing to 1 backcap pretty much. So having over 100 point lead is always quite safety, but of course Rayquaza's there, Surf goes in already. Glaceon at half HP, doing a bit of damage to the Clefable. But just follows me out, and Slowbro just gets one shot. What? Slowbro just down. Surf stuck. Doodie's going to backcap, so with 3v5 at Rayquaza. And Urshifu has looked for the last hit right now, but Yemu's gonna look for the Unite move as well. Are they gonna knock it up? There's a big blow coming in, but no! Team MYS is gonna secure the Ray. Mew's going to secure it. And now they're gonna score points. Of course, they have to skill score a good amount of points though. Slowbro just got blown into pieces. Doodie going for the backup, of course, not seeing that his Slowbro did get KO'd. Fox is gonna score some points. We have Clefable scoring points. Blastoise scoring points. And now they have 150 point lead. Of course, the game's not quite over yet, but Wigglytuff is gonna try to find a few more points there on the ground and maybe go for another backcap. Blastoise is gonna lose the shield, and Cake has one more chance to go for a push right now. It's only 150 points, so if they somehow ace, then they still have Slowbro and Bliss Assistance up. 2 Unite moves to 0. There is for sure a chance. Wigglytuff is gonna look for another backcap though, and after this backcap it might just be done, but 50 seconds. MYS has to be careful, but they do have a level 14 Blastoise on the goal, which can defend quite easily with that Surf Hydro Pump. There's some shields as well on Mew, so Mew is very hard to take down. Fully goes in, hitting onto 4. There's 84 points going in for the Wigglytuff, and now MYS is just trying to defend. Slowbro goes on to Blastoise, but he's level 14, not going to kill a 14 Blastoise, but Urshifu going very deep on the Chandelure. Can he take him down? Yes, he can take down the damage dealer. 1 is down. But now there's 230 points difference. Rebonks is also back, 25 seconds. They're running out of time right here for Cake. Really Tough Unite's going to buy even more time. And huge shot is going to land from Foxy. Urshifu's falling. And I think that's going to be it. Solar Beam, Blastoise Unite. And now there's getting blown into pieces. Only Glaceon left, taken down. Ace! And MYS is going to take the first game. Game number 2, Cake now with first picking for Sableye, Comfey, Dodrio, Sylveon, and a Lapras. Up against, again, the same team comp. But this time Glaceon also for the side of MYS with Chandelure, Blastoise, Wigglytuff, and a Clefable. Let's see what the Sableye can do in this game. Is it going to go for an invade? Yeah, of course. Already jumps over across the wall. Has the float zone on and it's just going to straight up book it towards the right side. So Lapras, Comfey on top. And Sylveon is going to be on bot path alone for now. But he's only up against an EV as well, so should actually have quite the fine time. Because Wigglytuff also has stopped the invade from happening, which is very smart, of course. Jigglypuff, knowing this is going to happen, wait at the entrance, and is just going to slap Sableye to make sure this invade doesn't just go through. Sableye's looking for them, he still gets it anyway. She just walks in, gets the last hit. Wigglytuff tried, but the Sableye just running around too fast. And in the end gets away the Blue Buff Steel, runs towards top path. And now we just have also Clefable just running around, trying to follow the Sableye around. Such annoying Pokemon to deal with. And we also have Dodrio already on top path and Cake again going for a very early advantage. Again, the Blastoise for MYS just in this early game is going to struggle a tiny bit. And there's already 49 points going in just a minute for the side of Cake after a successful invade as well. Now the Dodrio Comfey are going to be very scary. Sableye Comfey as well, looking for the bot game. They're going to go right here. S4 looking for the fear, but nice eject button away from Glaceon to make sure it doesn't get hit by the fear. I think I'd passive up anyways though, would have gotten unstoppable, but still didn't want to risk it to get locked up by the knockoff afterwards. 2 points go in. That look, why did that score look so long? What was that? Game lagging out a tiny bit. Dodrio level 6 already. And it's going to be so annoying for this to deal with this Dodrio when he gets the lead with the Comfey on as well. Mark trying to score 11 points. Dodrio's going to join in, and now Lapras is going to get it. And it's going to dive onto this War Turtle, who's just not having a good time twice in a row now. Taken down again. And are they going to break this goal already? Was that a mistake or are they actually going for it? They have to invade now. They have to invade to the top right Indies to make sure they don't lose too much out of this. And we have Sylveon with a 1v2 KO maybe right here. It's going to go for the Glaceon. No basic attack will do it. And there we go. Glaceon getting 1v2 Cake again with insane early game. Gets a huge lead for themselves. Dodrio almost level 8.5 already as well. A 1v2 KO. And yeah, Glaceon still looking for the level 6. The Hyper Voice power spike of Sylveon gets slowed down, but now Dodrio goes down. Gets caught by the Chandelure. There's a lot of experience, and Comfey, of course, also gets donated over instantly. If the host dies somewhere on the right side, then also we have the Comfey going down for sure. 97 to 17 points. MYS have to start figuring something out in this game. Mark's gonna just hit a nice Bubble Beam, and there's stuns going out from Sableye. War Turtle does get away from the Confused Ray in the end. Makes it to safety. And we have 12 seconds for this bot Reggie to spawn. Dodrio across the wall onto the blue buff. And now the Reggie on bot path is going to spawn. There we go. It's going to be Regice, and MYS is just going to go for it. They have to just get this one. They're already very far behind in experience. Dodrio playing very safe for having Unite move up and just Regice just goes down. I thought he's going to just Unite move in and do something, but no, it just is so scared of going into 2v4, which of course is understandable. But MYS didn't have a single Unite move up, so quite surprised. Now he goes for the Unite move. He's going to try to chase on Chandelure, but he's blinded by the vision. Still in the end, fights the KO into Chandelure. But he plays it so scared. He's full HP and just runs away. If you play Dodrio, you need a bit more confidence, I feel like, in these kind of plays. 10 points goal, but now they're going to dive onto Foxy as well. Glaceon goes down, and they're going to score so many points. 245 in total already. Water Spout, Rapid Spin this time for the Blastoise. No Surf Hydro Pump. And it's going to take down the Sableye at least. Hitting level 9 now. For the Blastoise. And level 10.5 for Dodrio. But yeah, I feel like he played a bit too safe there, but I guess it's always scary, right? You don't want to give up comeback experience. You don't want to throw away your lead. If they lose this game, they're eliminated from the, from this tournament. So, and from the World Championship. So this is pretty much a World Championship elimination match. And of course, you don't want to, risk too much when you have a lead. But in the end, could just crush them harder as well. It's like always a bit difficult of a scenario. Sylveon again heading for spot path, trying to defend right here. And now Dodrio is going to go in. It's going to take down the Glaceon again. And MYS are just getting bullied around in this game. Lapras also going in with a wave on the Shellue, takes also 1v2 there on top path. And MYS just have to somehow find a way back into this game. But they're just losing top, they're losing bot, they're losing everywhere right now. And Rebongs might also be chased on right here. Sableye is going to join in into the boost auto attack, is going to Fear, into the Confused Ray, and Clefable just cannot walk. Can't get away from the Sableye. I do think MYS, of course, has better late game team fighting, so the team fights are in their favor. But if they're too far behind, it doesn't really matter if you can win it, like if you have better team fighting. If you're just 300-400 points behind, that's still quite difficult. Sableye runs towards the enemy base to score points. Does score 14. Is probably going to fall. I'm not sure if that's really worth it. But at least it buys time for a free Regieleki for Cake. But still, it's quite... Is they going to take both objectives maybe here? When MYS is just getting out macroed like crazy. Another free objective for Cake. After the Regieleki, now to the Registeel. And MYS might just look for a top push right here. S5, but they could also just walk into an ambush. They have to be a bit careful. Mark is still up here and just might get ran down. I'm surprised MYS doesn't just all try to defend this one, but Dory is going to score more points into the enemy base. Sableye has him up. He's going to hit it on 2. He's going to port them back to base. Meanwhile, 48 points good for the Dodrio. Blastoise goes into with the Ignite. Moves on. This could be the KOs. There's Lapras going down. There's Sableye going down. Comfey as well is going to fall. And this is the comeback MYS needed. That's 3 KOs. They're going to break the goal. They're going to look for some more points as well. Dodrio just respawn. Just reset now. He's trying to join this fight, but Sevin's already down. And now MYS has to use this advantage. When he scores some more points, Dodrio has to jump in, but can't do find the damage there. Up against, again, Imprison and stuff, so much damage. But a 4-man Lapras Unite goes in. Hits all of MYS, except for one member. Cake is on the chase as well again, but they only find 1 KO in the end. With a huge Lapras Unite. But they're still 230 points ahead right now. So, absolute insane lead. And MYS again. Level 12 now for 3 of their members. Chandelure, Glaceon, and Blastoise. Dodrio is level 13. I mean, experience, they're not too far behind now, right? When it comes to experience. It's just, of course, they can always win our array. And just make it back into the game. Emu also about to hit level 13 for the Rapid Spin Plus. Which is going to be great. And Dodrio about to hit level 13. 14 actually. Was it almost 14 for the Dodrio? It'll be quite scary. Yeah, almost level 14, highest in the game. And they're gonna go for another Regieleki right here. And this could give them potentially another 100 points, but Team MYS of course knows about this and they want to start making a push as well. They need points at this point. They need points at this point. But in the end they can always win a Ray fight anyways. But Regieleki not being taken, is going to leech back. Was pulled out a tiny bit too far. And Cake is just be like, okay, have fun with this, we're just gonna go for the Regis. Sableye trying to score a few more points as well, doesn't quite go for it though yet. And another free Reggie on board path also taken for Cake. The Regieleki might walk in. Yeah, they're just going to let it walk in. Of course, they don't want to defend it. It's just going to take too much time to defend. But they claim a free Regis, which is good because they need more for team fighting. Again, their team fighting is worth. So having a buff for the last 2 minutes is probably a better idea anyways. But again, they could also just try to win on points. But Dodrio is on the top left side. He's completely off position. So MYS might just go for this Rayquaza right here. Sableye is backcapping as well. It's going to be backcap against Rayquaza. Rayquaza's going to go for it. They're not going to even fight for it. Cake is just going for the scoring game. Comfey is going to score. Dodrio is going to score. There's going to be a lot of points going in. 605 in total without Ray. And why is they have to going to score so many points? And they're kind of hesitating right now. Who's going to score? Wigglytuff is going to base actually. It's going to base. 100 points going for the Clefable in the mid base. But they're still 240 behind right now. 240 behind. With 120 to go, and Dodrio and Sableye, of course, can keep just backcapping. Oh, this is going to be an interesting last 115. Wigglytuff still has a shield on, so that's going to be an advantage for MYS. But Cake can keep pushing backcaps as well with the Dodrio and the Sableye. And let's see what's going to happen. Sableye is going to scout them out a tiny bit, but they don't have a lot of coins on them. They're going to try to get rid of these shields, but if they go down right here, they have to be careful. Dodrio just jumping into the Wigglytuff, Sableye taken down. And there's still 3 shields left for MYS. And they're going to try to just farm some more Eos coins right here. And then go for the final base push. And right now, Cake is not in position for this. They don't know where they are. There's the Hyper Voice now scouting it out. They're going to try to dodge away from it to make sure the shields don't fall, and they're going to run in now. They're going to score 10, 70, and 100 points maybe. Actually, Glaceon doesn't have a shield on, but a huge Lapras Unite again is going to hit, and Chanlu's Unite shield is going to explode. But they might just win a team fight onto this goal zone, because Cake just can't defend it right now. Lapras trying to stay alive with that Comfey. Sableye is right, trying to stun them around. There's only 20 seconds left. They're going to score points, more 28, but they still need more than 100 points. Can Glaceon get it off? They're trying. Lapras is trying to defend it, but it's finally going to get taken down. And it's going to be an ace on the enemy goal zone. And MYS with the last 10 seconds push is going to win this game. But man, that was a game. But they just KO them onto the goal zone. Onto the most difficult one. And MYS is going to take it 2-0. But that was a very difficult 2-0 for them. They did not look good in this game. But they take it in the end.